Imagine a world where death is no longer permanent, where you can copy yourself, cell by cell, and live again, where your child is a perfect genetic replica, not born from chance but choice. Welcome to the world of human cloning, one of science's most fascinating, feared, and controversial frontiers. A field that forces us to question our ethics, our identity, and the very definition of what it means to be human. Is it salvation? Or is it a scientific nightmare waiting to unfold? Let's dive deep into the chilling, thrilling story of human cloning. Cloning, in simple terms, is making a genetically identical copy of something. In biology, it means creating an organism that shares the exact DNA as another. In humans, this could mean creating a person, an identical copy from a single cell. There are three major types of cloning. 1. Gene cloning, copying specific genes or DNA segments. This is routine in biotech labs and used for developing insulin, vaccines, and cancer research. 2. Therapeutic cloning, creating cloned embryos to harvest stem cells, which can transform into any cell type. The goal: curing conditions like Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and even regenerating organs. 3. Reproductive cloning, the most controversial. It involves creating an embryo, implanting it into a womb, and allowing it to develop into a human baby. This isn't just theory. We've already done it with animals, and the door to cloning humans has been cracked open. The world changed forever in 1996, when scientists in Scotland introduced us to Dolly the sheep. Dolly was the first mammal cloned from an adult cell using a process called somatic cell nuclear transfer, or SCNT. Here's how they did it. Took a mammary gland cell from a sheep, removed the nucleus from an egg cell, inserted the mammary nucleus into the egg, stimulated it to divide like a normal embryo, implanted the embryo into a surrogate. The result: Dolly, a genetically identical copy of the original donor sheep. It shocked the world. If a sheep could be cloned, what was stopping us from cloning a human? The science behind human cloning is not science fiction. It's a real, proven technique with theoretical application to humans. Here's how human cloning would work. 1. A somatic cell is taken from a donor. Skin, muscle, or even hair. 2. An egg cell from a woman is harvested. 3. The egg's nucleus, its DNA, is removed. 4. The somatic DNA is inserted into the egg. 5. The egg is electrically stimulated to start dividing, mimicking natural fertilization. 6. If successful, it becomes an embryo, which can be implanted into a womb. If carried to term, the baby would be a genetic clone of the original donor. But while the process may sound simple, the success rate is not. In animal cloning, failure rates are high. Birth defects, organ failure, premature aging, these are common. In humans, it's far too dangerous, at least for now. Even if cloning humans became medically safe, the ethical debate would rage louder than ever. Would a clone be a person or property? Would they have rights? Could someone clone a lost child or a dead celebrity? Would billionaires start cloning themselves to live forever? Religious groups call cloning a violation of natural law, an attempt to play God. Philosophers warn it could shatter our sense of individuality and freedom. And what about the child? Would a cloned person grow up under the shadow of someone else's life? Would they be seen as less human? The fear of exploitation, turning people into designer products, is real. Imagine a world where cloning becomes commercialized, designer babies, genetically engineered soldiers, organ farms. Where do we draw the line? In response to the cloning panic, many nations acted quickly. Over 70 countries have banned human cloning for reproductive purposes. The United Nations passed a declaration in 2005 urging all member states to prohibit it. Countries like France, Germany, Canada, Australia have strong anti-cloning laws. The United States has no federal ban, but many states prohibit it individually. Meanwhile, countries like China, South Korea, and the UK allow therapeutic cloning under strict guidelines for medical research only. Still, rumors persist. In 2002, a group called CloneAid, linked to a religious cult, claimed to have cloned the first human, baby Eve. No evidence was ever presented, but the claim sparked global fear and fascination. While reproductive cloning is controversial, therapeutic cloning may hold the key to curing humanity's worst diseases. Through stem cells, we could regenerate damaged hearts, heal spinal cord injuries, cure degenerative diseases like Parkinson's or ALS. Because cloned stem cells carry the patient's own DNA, the risk of rejection is minimal. But even here, ethics come into play, as embryos must be created and destroyed to harvest the cells. Is curing one life worth ending another, even at its earliest stage? Science is evolving fast. With CRISPR gene editing, AI-guided labs, and artificial wombs, human cloning could become easier, safer, and harder to resist. In the near future, we might see cloned organs grown on demand, backup bodies for the ultra-wealthy, genetically engineered, perfect children, even people living forever through continuous cloning and memory transfer. Fiction? Perhaps. But 20 years ago, so was Dolly. Human cloning is not just a scientific possibility, it's a mirror reflecting our hopes, our fears, and our deepest moral questions. What is identity? What gives life value? What boundaries should science never cross? Cloning may never become widespread, but it forces us to confront what kind of future we truly want. Will we clone to heal or clone to control? Will we respect life or manufacture it? Only time and humanity will decide. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing from you. Until next time, stay safe, stay inspired, and I'll see you in the next one.